Hey.
All right.
Okay. Oh, yep. Hello and welcome to session 61 of Dreamers of Kiriak. Last week was a weird session. Let's see if we can make this one weirder. I could not find Pimran's mini, so he's our Rakshaza today. There is a cat. It is known. So what happened last session? You guys finished talking with the maiden, is that correct?
Yes, and then we looted their museum.
Yes.
Can you remind me what an exploding head mace does? I did not put descriptions.
Yeah.
I mean, is it just what it sounds like?
No, not really, because it doesn't explode, it expands. You shove it into like somebody's face, and then you like press the
Right, it's
button,
got a
and it
little
makes their head blow
tiny-
up. So yeah, their head explodes
Right.
if you happen to have the. It's like if you Ant-Manned in Thanos's butt. Like that's the concept, but it's a mace.
And
And
it's something you can actually do.
yes, hypothetically,
What triggers it?
there's
to
a little
expand?
trigger on it.
Like it's got a trigger at the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. That's how it works.
Let me make a note because I forgot to put a note down for that one. I think.
I'm also told that I need a special cloak because everyone else got one.
Yes, everybody can have a fancy cloak. Ow.
Yes, I got a fancy cloak. That's right.
I didn't get a fancy cloak, so.
Then get a fancy cloak.
Okay.
You can ask it to look how you want it to look, but it seems to have a bit of a mind of its own.
Okay. I want it to look like a ghillie suit.
It looks like a ghillie suit.
Fantastic.
Yeah, cat. That's right.
It looks like a ghillie suit, but like flat, because it's just a cloak.
It's just printed on.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's just like artifacty JPEGs.
I think Pimran's was just green, so yeah, fair enough.
Mine had like beetles with skulls on them, but it's also green now.
Yeah.
We're like color coded. Like we have team colors.
So the notes that I have from last session, as far as
Really
items go,
amazing.
are tiny Glock
Right.
that does a whole 1 damage.
Yes, 2 and a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we chased down that crab for or sand for a while with the tiny buff.
Teeth axe, centipede bow, possessing helmet, undead sword, god dart, heavy ring,
It's just heavy.
ring of rubber band gun.
That's the one that
What?
Ryan has. The
And-
mace slaps heavier.
Yeah, and head exploding mace. Now that you have all been outfitted with these fantastic artifacts, there was also a sword and a set of armor made of gold. Yeah. It's not very sharp.
Just kind of chuckled at that one.
Yeah. No, nobody took that. Yes. What are you going to do now? Remember what the last conversation you had with the maiden was. There are magical holes that need to be plugged by your existence in a geographical area, but not Pimran.
Right. We have to go to the soldier's house.
The soldier and the sage are the two places that need to be housed.
Well, the sage is a maelstrom.
The sage is definitely a
I
maelstrom.
thought the soldier was a maelstrom.
The soldier maybe is a maelstrom. Nobody knows yet.
Which one were we going to first? Did we decide?
I don't believe you did.
Every time we tried to talk about anything, she was like, "You need to go find a wizard," and we were like, "Well, we don't know any wizards, so let's just go to the soldier's place."
That does sound accurate.
Yeah. Every wizard you meet just dies.
Yeah.
Days.
Die or just leaves the universe. Yeah, such is the life of wizards.
Every one of your campaigns, wizards transcend the laws of quantum
That's what
physics
wizards
in
are
their
supposed to
own
be.
way. And wizards are just a bunch of book-reading dorks.
Sorry. Jesus Christ.
To the soldier's house, though.
So the soldier's
It
house.
can't be that far from where we were last time, right? If it was on that side of the continent anymore.
That is correct. It is
We've seen-
within a couple 100 miles of the last place that you actually saw him.
So we've seen plenty of trees there. Right?
There were, yes. So you could
Yeah, that was
Option
kind of the
spell.
easier one to get to.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
we didn't want to like get too close anyway.
We already established we can cross the entire country in a couple hours if we're clouds, so
Yeah.
as long as we know where the other one is, it doesn't really matter how
And it's
far away it is.
a very famous place that's on all the maps. It's the like
I'm the only one who's
center of
ever
an
seen a
entire
map.
province. And that's entirely fair.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Herman's just like has done a lap of the continent and just kind of vaguely has
Yeah.
like, an idea, but
That's
never
'cause it's
seen it
flat.
from it. Yeah, it's flat. Yeah.
Now, Ian, would you have gone to this city before?
Only if it was a mission to kill somebody.
Cat, get
I mean, you're
bag.
you do be liking the bags. He likes to be in the bag.
Yeah.
Well, you probably would not have been sent here on a mission to kill somebody.
I
You were probably invited at least like 4 times for like banquets and stuff, because you're like your Dick's dad, who gave you your name, because he adopted you, was like, yeah, we're like, rich and moderately noble, and so like we're gonna go like chill at this society ball several hundred miles away. Probably paid some wizard to teleport you there. And people are like, oh, literally nobody here knows who you are. And he's like, it's okay. I know that I'm where I belong. And he probably made you, like, come along with him. And, like, nobody cared.
Did you dress him up in a little like noble boy suit?
Probably
with
in a little
frills
page
and-
suit, yes. That is like a big frilly hat. And, like, he had to carry, like, a ceremonial sword.
He had like lots of ruffles on his shirt.
I think so, yes.
Oh.
Probably some, like, buckles on the
Those
socks.
shoes
On the real
and-
big socks.
Oh.
I feel like
But
my
it was
upbringing was
adorable.
way more violent than
Well,
that.
that was like the other 95% of it, but it was also probably the more pleasant 95% of it.
Did he kind of go to show off his adopted lizard son?
I don't know. I think that even he would know that would make everybody just mock him more.
He wouldn't have some kind of like savior complex.
He probably
"Look what
did.
I did. for
I
this."
guess it depends on which banquets he was going to. Although the banquets where people are probably impressed by that are more like not in the like military center place. But I don't know. There's a lot of Dick's backstory that is really going to go unplumbed, I suppose, because we just don't have the time. Maybe that'll have to be a spin-off campaign where everybody plays a servant of the Dick's estate, and you have to keep Duke Dix alive
We're all just
when his son is
number
constantly trying to
X.
kill him out of anger.
Favorite character name.
Yeah,
Did he have other interspecies adoptions? Did he just have?
that'll be it for that campaign. We can't
Okay.
go any further into it right now. So are you planning on offshitting back to the place where you murdered the soldier?
The lady said she would teleport us to his house.
You're right. She'll teleport you to his house.
But we didn't want to get too close in case it was a maelstrom.
Yes. So you'll be like, how many miles away do you want to
I
be?
think we asked her if we could be dropped like 50 miles away.
That sounds right.
I think that's what we discussed.
Yeah. Are we gonna rest first, or we just go in there?
I think she also asked you
to
that.
rest. I think we just woke up.
We were sleeping all
I had a
night.
real serious fight with a
No,
snail.
we were there in body. We weren't asleep. We needed to rest. Still.
So they almost died.
Yeah.
Well, we got a short rest in there someplace.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did.
He tried to waft at a god, and the guy.
We're overdue for a
It
sleep.
was a great entry. It just took too long.
I have
Stepping
used,
out of a cloud would have been awesome.
Yes. I have used all of my highest level and lowest level skills. I'm not familiar.
I am okay.
So can we ask her to like give us some place to sleep for, or ask whoever we're with?
I mean, yeah. They'll just give you a real fancy, like, estate.
Nice.
There's, like, big hotels and stuff set up nearby so that the very rich people who come to beseech the maiden have, like, a place they can throw lots of money away. So you'll just...
We are very important.
They'll just tell them, hey, hey, the maiden would be, like, real cool if you just gave whatever these people they wanted.
Well, we have unlimited rubies.
You do have unlimited resources of pretty much everything you could want, but it's the spirit of the thing. It's the thought that counts. So you may
You
all
gotta hit her up.
you may all long rest if you wish.
I need a mani pedi.
Can he get that?
Yes.
Does it cost extra because they're all claws?
It would if you were paying for it, which you're not. Would you like them dipped in gold, sir? They ask Nine.
No, I've started to equate that with lightning for some reason.
Very good, sir. There are no prostitutes in the city. Just wanted to clear that up.
I can't imagine why that would come up.
There are no sanctioned prostitution. Prostitutes, I should say.
We literally
There- I'm
walked
sure
up
there
to
are
the door, and not only I usually just burst in horse first before everyone else, but this time Asha kicked in the door and stomped in and went whores, and everyone was like, no,
And your
we're
horse
good.
went, no.
As usual, I'll cook food in the
All right.
morning but I'll do 4 temporary hit points for everybody.
Cool. So what if you go up to the maiden and ask for prostitutes?
You'd have to do that. Everybody can double those temporary HP that Pimrin is giving.
Oh, sweet. That's much. That's 8 temp HP.
Are you going to ask the maiden before you go to the hotel for prostitutes?
8, you said?
8.
I feel like she would.
Well, are you going to, or are you going to just say, I bet she would, and just wander away? Either of which I could see Asha doing.
There's that huge line of people and all the guards, and you have to go
We're
down
there
there.
first thing in the morning. Like, we're first in line.
There are, at the moment, literally no people in because you just belled back.
And let's face facts, we wouldn't get on.
I mean, I guess you're in the...
We went to the top of the tower.
You are
and
in the
looted
top
all
of the
them.
tower. Yeah, the line is
Pimmin
completely filled.
Also
with
just
Oh,
walked
okay,
to the
yeah.
front of the line and it just worked.
That is true.
I'll come back another time.
Somebody got a little upset, but it was like...
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
You see him fly.
Exactly.
I mean, I can clear the front of the line out.
Thank you. We don't need that kind of attention.
You don't need whores that badly.
Well,
It's Asha.
Of course, it's sad when you mention that you don't need him that badly.
poor guy.
The next morning, there is no pudding in your breakfast unless you explicitly request it, but there are otherwise you're almost reminded of your luxurious property on the waterfront. There are just certain ways in which hotels are fairly similar to one another. The kitchen staff don't seem quite as boisterous as those in the casino, though.
Guess they don't know about ostriches.
That's
They
true.
may not.
We need to spread that revolution farther.
You gotta light the fire in their bellies.
Exactly.
You should
The-
ask them if they have ostrich.
Maybe once we take over this place. Yeah.
And I say the next morning, but I guess you guys could
It'd be like
either go to
mid-afternoon.
sleep right now and like wake up, at
We were
evening,
kinda up all night, yeah.
or you could just like lounge around and begin next morning. I guess it's up to you all.
I'm all for that.
It depends entirely on whether or not we actually start feeling sleepy while existing in the dreaming as physical forms.
That's a good question.
How does time and
There's a lot of adrenaline involved, and I kind of feel like that supersedes, just chilling and existing. I mean, there were chain snails. You don't just shrug that off. That's an existential threat. Also, you were a cloud. I don't know if that has anything to. Yeah, I don't know if that like affects biology at all, as far as when you get tired. But it can't be great for you to always be a cloud. Like people aren't meant to be
That sounds like a
clouds.
decision you're gonna have to make at some point.
Yeah, I'm not making it now.
Kick that camera a little farther down the line, yeah.
By then we'll have forgotten.
Yeah. So we'll assume it's evening unless you
I think
really want to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would be better to travel in the morning, so maybe
Yeah.
if we do wait it out, that would make more sense, but I don't know. Like,
We have people without dark vision in
I
the
was gonna
party.
say, I don't think Pimmer has dark vision. So, getting there at night would potentially not be very good.
Right.
Cat, I told you, that's the one you needed to see. And if you're trying to hit somebody up, you're gonna get
yeah, we went to
Oh,
sleep
wait.
bursting in the
No,
morning.
I do have dark vision now, as of this level.
Gotcha.
We're just gonna hang out at the resort until
And-
the following morning, cause.
I mean, it must only be like 4 p.m.
I don't think Solaire has dark vision, right?
I don't think so. Do you?
He's an elf, why wouldn't he?
Oh,
Oh, I forgot you were an elf. Sorry,
and we
I keep
have
doing
eye
that.
bugs too. That probably helps.
Does Nine have dark vision?
Nope.
Okay, Nine does not have dark vision, and he definitely doesn't have any bugs.
Congratulations, you're the
I
problem.
believe I can grant dark vision for a little bit. I don't remember how
Ooh.
long.
He doesn't need to see.
Point him in the general direction of your enemy, and things are probably going to die.
Yeah, it'll only last for an hour, so it wouldn't be good for like a full day of doing things there.
Well, we find we're going from the exact morning to 8 hours. It's still afternoon.
That's true.
Yeah, it'd be early afternoon. You could still do plenty. So if you,
Afternoon makes sense to me then.
yeah.
Alright.
So when you are ready, there is a guard stationed outside, just the hallway, as you were each given your own rooms. Like, when you're all ready, we have the gate ready. We haven't been able to find the soldiers that you came with. They seem to have gotten lost.
That's mighty convenient. Just lost, you say.
Yes, we can't seem to find them.
Did you drug them and throw them in a cage?
No, as best as I can tell, they tried to escape, not realizing that nobody was going to hurt them,
They tried to escape.
and they successfully. Well, our custody, I guess you could call it. And when I say we, I had nothing personally to do with it, so
So how much
Can-
are you compensating us for this?
well, as I said, I have nothing personally to do with it. I'm just sort of giving you the message, so I'm not the person you should really take this up with.
I don't know. There's
It was
How
like
many did we
100,
have?
Right? Something like
It was
that.
100.
Alright, I
Was it
want
50?
100 of y'all.
It's like 8 because it was who fit through the tree the first time, and then it was who we could cloud to this city.
Right. The cloud.
Yeah,
Yeah, we brought
yeah.
100 through
Oh.
the tree.
Right.
That's right.
See,
It
how
was
many
only
can I
like-
cloud?
Well, you figure they were elite troops.
No, they weren't.
Shut up, Brian.
All outfitted in very expensive armor.
They're the most elite troops we've seen from that army.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Horst and I are wearing
Up to 10.
pink frilly bathrobes and have cucumbers on our foreheads.
No, there's 5 of us. Horse counted.
So there were
Okay,
105
so
in
five.
total.
Well, no, then there would have been 5
So
soldiers
we brought 5
could've
soldiers
brought.
with us, so I want 5 of y'all.
Elite troops.
Pimrin will definitely bathe before going to sleep and then wake
Okay.
up filthy.
Yes.
Just caked with dirt again. I don't know.
Someone's using a tiny nail file on Horse's hooves.
The dirt which covers Pimrin may not come from this plane,
It may not.
but it gives him a feeling of comfort.
So if they don't have troops of such an elite quality to come with us, how much are you willing to
Oh, yes,
accept in
well-
cash for
We'll send
their indiscretion?
we'll send along any number of troops that would be helpful.
Give us a dozen.
None
Okay.
of them will be helpful, and we have
Really?
infinite money. Why don't you just
What sort
summon
of
them
what
back?
sort of specialization would you seek for this mission?
Do you have any that are proficient against maelstroms?
Yes,
Cool.
maybe.
Did you want to know, see if they had any
We
gnomes?
many of our number are
Do you have
proficient
any
with
gnomes?
magic. It's probably yes.
Make sure at least
say no.
They're probably mounted combatants.
mounted, you say. Give me at least 2 of those and 10 regular size guys.
Okay. I'm all right. He's somewhat taken aback by your insidious tone, but
This place is amazing.
Why do you have to get other people killed all the time?
soon-ish
It's our calling card.
there are soon-ish 2 lance-wielding mounted gnomonites, and then 10 just sort of
What are they mounted
Regular
on?
Yeah.
Normal
ponies.
size? Okay.
jacked ponies.
Horse scoffs at them.
You 2, you're my special
Bodyguard.
bodyguards.
Yes, ma'am, says one. Yes, ma'am, says the other.
Don't have sex with her, you'll die.
This ought to be amusing.
Thank you.
I didn't
And then-
really care about the.
The others are they just
Soldiers.
have like maces and shields. They glow very slightly. They seem to be magic boys. They'll you'll get led back through the tower. There's a big old room. There's a very menacing looking dais with like with glowy, multifaceted, multicolored chandelier sort of looking thing sticking above it. They say, yeah, just stand right in the middle there, and we'll begin the spell thing.
I shed my fluffy pink bathrobe and I'm wearing my plate mail underneath it, but Horse gets to keep his.
Understandable.
Of course, there's a fluffy pink bathrobe.
Yes.
Does he have little slippers?
Yes.
He's got to protect his newly manicured hooves.
He's not even trying to draw these things anymore.
I give the gnomes a bunch of gold and a bunch of sawdust to buy their loyalty.
They take
Not
them
a
both.
lethal amount of either.
They take them both and just
You
put them
don't
away
know
immediately.
the lethal amount of it.
I feel like
I've killed several gnomes in my
There's a
lifetime.
lethal amount of gold.
If you hit somebody hard enough with it.
I feel like a dozen episodes ago or so, we just gave up on tracking any amount of sawdust. And we're just like, yeah, we've got some, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can get infinite quantities if you want it, so
True.
I just kind of assume that you're asking for more off screen if you.
You've never given someone a non-lethal amount of sawdust. You don't know what the dose is.
Well,
I'm getting closer
Oshit
to
has
finding
given
out.
many people non-lethal amounts of sawdust, and then another non-lethal amount of sawdust, and then eventually they hit that lethal. It's like Russian roulette, but with sawdust.
No snowflake thinks it's responsible for the avalanche.
I suppose not. You
yeah,
tell
but
that to
you
one of the
just have
gnomes.
a gun. Like if the people died from gun wound and not avalanche,
But it's usually sawdust and not gun that does it.
you're just killing people.
So do you stand on the teleporty place?
Last time
Yeah.
we got teleported, we got thrown into another planet.
We
Yeah.
got better.
Well, yeah, but that was fun.
Is there
could have
enough
met the
room
witch
for
prince.
everybody?
There is enough room.
Could have.
There looks like to be enough room to have like
Maybe
200
we should just
people
have her
on it.
transport
Oh,
us
wow.
there.
Maybe we'll meet the witch prince this time.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, it's possible.
Maybe she's the witch prince.
We didn't rule
Hmm.
that out.
No, we didn't ask. We should have asked.
That would have been helpful, yeah.
Are you preparing something, Oshit?
No, I'm just noting that I have 2 mounted gnomes.
That's a good thing to keep in your inventory, I
I'll forget.
suppose.
That's
Alright,
not my
everybody stands on the dais,
Lancing.
and the soldier has everybody put their visors down, and then 3 soldiers at once all throw big levers, and you hear like a fizzing in your head for a few seconds, and it's a little distracting. And then you're kind of being like blasted upward through the ceiling and in just a graceful arc through the sky.
This is
And
safe.
about a minute later, you come crashing down in just a big old tree clearing. There's trees around you, but you're in the middle of the clearing. There's like hard packed ground underneath you, and there's like lots of wreckage and debris around you, but it looks really old. Like this looks like a place that has been used maybe before for teleporting large amounts of things here that maybe had a harmful effect on the trees and the surroundings. But you are completely unhurt as you gently like touch down with your little feet on the ground.
Fantastic.
Remember to avoid touching the ground at all costs.
Pimrin decelerates masterfully.
Horse cannot clock because of
So
the
where are we going?
I don't know.
Stealthy.
Anyone else taste TV static at the moment?
What's TV?
I don't know. That's just
What's
that's
static?
mine.
You'll have TV by the time you're down here.
Yeah. I don't know. Do we see anything maelstroming around here? Anybody? I guess I could fly straight up and.
If you fly straight up, you will quickly see the city about 50 miles to the north. It does not seem very maelstromy. You're not entirely sure what maelstromy would look like, but you're pretty sure that's not it.
I think we're heading north.
It doesn't look like it's immediately
Okay.
being destroyed.
It does not appear so from this distance to Pimrin.
It's a lot.
The whole city was just a cardboard cutout of Maelstrom.
Maelstrom was lurking in wait, ready to ambush you. What method do you use for your approach?
The entire city was a mimic.
You should have gotten cloaks for all of your troops.
I don't think there were that
way
many
they'd all
cloaks,
be
were
in.
there?
There were not enough fancy cloaks for all
I am
that.
sure if you told these ding dongs that you needed cloaks, they could have found some.
They do seem to already have cloaks. They're just like regular cloaks.
Are they green? 'Cause we
No,
had
they're
kind of
like
a thing
they're like
going-
red and blue.
Oh man. Did you get a green one?
No, I took a black one.
Oh.
What am I gonna do with a green
Well, you just wrecked the whole.
It doesn't go with anything else I have.
We had a whole aesthetic.
We've got a lizard with us. The aesthetic's already ruined.
Well, how are we in there?
I guess we're walking.
50 miles?
You're the one who decided to land 50 miles away from where we're
I
supposed to
mean-
be.
Everyone will float back up.
Well, it might have been dangerous.
You can ride on my pony, my lady. I will walk.
Can we
The
do
horse
that
just
cloud thing again?
dies.
Oh,
I'll do the pony and the two
Okay.
gnomes can sit front and back on.
the pony
other
cannot
pony.
handle the weight of the 3 people for a long extended.
No, two
Run like
gnomes
this.
on one pony, me on the other pony.
I mean,
I don't think
Yeah.
I can handle your weight for very long.
The pony is going to make a constitution check. It'll handle the 2 gnomes fine.
You must be at least 50-pound mushroom at this point.
I purposefully don't touch things with my bare skin.
I don't
Heavy
think
are
I
you?
stop.
The armor may protect the pony from your aura.
Aura.
Well, it rolled a natural 20 on its constitution saving throw, so
very
He
nice.
feels
Yeah.
better than ever.
it actually seems like stronger as you continue on your journey. It may be
What does
getting
it do?
inoculated against
Nice.
your
everything.
everything.
This is
There's
gonna
no
be a
immune
powerful
disease.
pony.
It has crabs, it has mushrooms, it has drugs.
Can we,
Mostly the trucks.
can we do the cloud thing? Will that be faster? I feel like it's gonna be like a day or more. walk.
I can't cloud all these soldiers.
Oh. Well then,
Why didn't you bring any soldiers?
we could leave them behind or tell them to walk.
Or summon them with the bell when we get there. Speaking of, why don't
Oh,
you
yeah,
just summon
do that.
the soldiers that we lost?
Yeah, we can do whatever kind of summon we want out of
Yeah.
by castle.
So do it.
I mean, we could walk. It'll just take us like a day or 2.
Yeah, summon our soldiers.
Who has the bell?
The,
Yes!
The 5 soldiers that got lost.
Oh, you're not there anymore, you're here. Which isn't there, I don't think.
She
That
wants
is
us to
how it
kill
works.
you, by the way.
Yes, and I still am surprised that you haven't killed her.
Do you think we should kill you?
None of them wanted to do it.
No, I don't think you should kill me. I don't know what's going to become of all this, but I do certainly hope it doesn't end with you killing me. It'd be very
I don't know what the
inconvenient.
hell we're doing back
Would it
here.
be objectively
Something
in our
about
best
putting
interest to kill you?
Things in a hole.
That's a good question. What are your best interests? I don't know what they are.
You need to undrink the soldier.
Oh, we have a saying where I come from that what has been drunked cannot be undrunked. I just made that up now, but it is a saying where I come from now because I am
In
from
our
where
experience, that is true.
It just means we have to drink you.
Wait,
It
How would
sounds
you
like
go
it
about
would be
doing
awful.
that?
Same way we drank the other half of the soldier, we'll beat your ass.
Would you
Oh,
consider
dear.
yourself a fish or a creature of any body of water?
See, I've been studying these fishes since we have been encountering them so frequently, and I do not think I am one of them. No, there are many who are like them, but I am not one.
Then I am against drinking it.
Why would you drink a fish?
Well,
Why are we drinking anybody? That sounds gross.
Are you
I would at
against
least
having
try
drank
to
the
figure-
soldier because he wasn't aquatic?
yeah.
If you were to do this drinking of me, do you have a timeline for that? At what point do you think you would do it?
I'm not drinking though. That's gross.
Well, that's good.
Are
That's
you good
good.
at magic?
No, not at all, really. No.
So why are we here?
We were looking for. Well,
I mean, I know we're plugging a hole or some damn thing,
Yeah,
but
something like
do we
that.
know where the hole is?
we're gonna look for it.
It's probably whatever constitutes for a soldier's throne.
Oh, you're doing that now.
Do you know where the hole is?
Yes.
Say?
Oh, perfect.
Where is it?
Would you mind not plugging it for a bit? Maybe a couple of years? That would be the most convenient for me.
Well, what's
Why?
in it for us?
Did she give us a
Oh,
time
that's a
frame?
very good question. What
Did she
is in
just
it
tell
for
us to
you?
plug a hole?
What's in it for you?
I think why was a better question.
I don't know.
Oh,
Well, I
well,
didn't know if it was part of your contract that y'all signed.
I don't think the time frame. No, but just as soon as possible.
it's very boring. It really doesn't have anything to do with you mortally sort of people.
I've got time.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it was a long story. In that sense, just
boring.
boring. It doesn't really have much to do with you.
Then no.
all of everything here would be quite very similar to the way that it is now once all of this is completed. Once I...
Talking about?
He wants us to wait on plugging the hole.
Oh yes, just no longer than 2 years, I'm sure.
Okay, well,
He
Hey,
won't say why.
Cat.
You. Get out of here. Go sit.
the question is, what do we get for this?
Yeah, that's what I was
yes,
asking.
I don't know that I have anything more I can give you. I've already given you essentially full use of my services as best as I can render them. I can't imagine anything
Yeah,
else
but
I
that
could
was in
possibly
exchange
do.
for you having full use of the mansion.
Oh yes, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just stating I don't think I have anything more I could offer you.
Well, you probably shouldn't have offered 100% of everything in the first deal.
Yes, in hindsight, it wasn't a good idea.
Could you give us a soldier back in trade?
Well, the problem is I'd sort of be taking one eyeball out to put another one in. I would be hindering my progress in order to stop the hindering, to hinder the hindering of my progress in another sort of
He
way.
does have a lot of eyeballs.
I do have a lot of eyes. It was a very poor sort of comparison because you would think that one with as many eyes as I have could spare one. But more like you all have very much fewer eyes. It'd be more like one of you losing an eye to maybe gain an eye sometime in 2 years.
I lost
What
an
the
eye to
eyes
gain a
have to
bug.
do with
Oh,
us
dear.
not filling a hole.
He's getting some kind of power from us not filling the hole.
Oh, yes,
like when he stole part of the soldier from us.
I do believe I already mentioned my intentions are to rise and become a Lord Neverborn myself. This is all in furtherance of my grand plan. Ideally, I will become the most powerful of them all, and will be able to skip just untold millennia of in the way that you mortals think of time, of course, of bickering in games and all the sorts of things that happen. I would like to just sort of jump to the top.
Nah,
And
fuck that. Hey, bring us those 5 soldiers that got lost.
all right, the 5 soldiers hurtle from the sky and thump down to the ground. They are all wearing like not the uniforms that you saw them in, but just like random clothes. They look very dirty and they look very scared. And they're all screaming.
Is it because they just fell?
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
that is no indication of what they were just doing.
Should we just send them home? Now that they're back home?
we can't send people. We
No, they can just go home from here.
They are fairly close, maybe, to where they were before.
And we're not that far from.
Just go home. Where are we? Like,
We'll figure it
direction is
out.
that?
Climb a tree.
There's a city that way, so you probably need to go that way.
I am completely for this, as I didn't think we should take them with us to begin with, but hey, where were you just
Nah, I
now?
agree with that.
Oh, we were.
So did we get anything from him?
When he sees
I'm
you,
confused. There's a lot
he-
of talking
he
going on.
seems a little
about
calmer.
Eyes and things.
He does not seem to want to give us anything more, no.
He says he has nothing left to give, so...
So
Well, he
what-
has the soldier, but he did say it wasn't that he couldn't give us the soldier, it was that would be taking out one eye to put another one back in, or something like that. So,
He wants the soldier and the unclosed hole, so trading one for the other doesn't work for him.
he wants to have his soldier and eat it too.
exactly that.
Well, it was our soldier he ate, so he can suck my ass.
I thought we killed the soldier.
We did, then the eyeball showed up and drank half.
Yeah, he drank half with a straw.
And somehow he's going to use it to become more powerful.
That was...
So we're not getting anything by delaying this.
no.
No, I guess not.
And that
Except he
doesn't-
gets more powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he
apparently-
already gives us whatever it is we asked for. But if you get more powerful, you're gonna be able to get us the things that you currently can't get us.
He's currently a bell. He didn't come back after.
But you get his ass.
Yes!
We have questions
Somebody
for
told you
Sam.
you could leave.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No, that's a fair assumption, actually, but no.
So if you get more powerful,
Yes.
does that mean you can get us the things you can't get us now?
I have been able to lift heavier objects since drinking the soldier, as you put it.
Yeah,
So,
it's not necessarily about mass, it's more about...
well, it's I don't know how else to describe it. Yeah, I can be more useful. Yes, the
Because-
more powerful I grow. I was
Well,
quite surprised to find this. It doesn't make much sense to me.
We've asked you to bring us the maiden and you couldn't do that.
No, goodness, no.
Would you be able
She's
to do
very
something
heavy.
of that caliber?
As one grows inability to lift heavier things, one eventually reaches the point where for a given weight one can lift it, one would assume.
Was that
Yeah,
an actual
that's-
answer?
I think it was a maybe.
It was a he ain't no shit. I think we're in new territory here. Unfortunately,
I think you
I could get you a map.
What's a map?
I wouldn't know how to read it.
I
It
know
is-
where we are.
It is a thing that shows where places are. If you're in new territory, I can find
Oh,
you
it's-
markings made by one for whom it is not new territory.
Yeah, no, it's a figure of speech.
Oh, one of those.
Yeah. Anyways,
Delaying this doesn't seem to benefit us at all.
no, I agree.
No, I don't think it does.
So clouds them?
What?
Yeah.
Says one of the soldiers who you
Yeah,
just
hang on.
summoned.
What were the soldiers up to?
They just described to you having cunningly escaped from their captors who were clearly going to torture them for information, being that they're, enemy invaders in this country and all that. And so they
Yeah, no,
so
they're
they kicked
offered.
a captain in the nuts, they ran away, they threw away their gear, they stole clothes, and they've been devising their escape back to you guys.
Well, no, that was a legitimate tour of the. That wasn't code for anything.
They don't believe you.
What?
You've clearly been, brainwashed and or convinced by the cunning and devious wiles of the maiden.
So do they want to stay with us?
Yes, you're our only chance of surviving,
Well,
very clearly.
you could go east and just go home.
Well, I can't speak for my brothers, but I think I'll stay with you. They all agree. They would all prefer to not leave your side at all any further.
I mean, what about this other dozen of those guys you just kicked in the nuts and ran away from that are just standing behind us?
You're not going to let them do anything to us, are you?
I mean, we didn't before.
Yes, but
Technically, all this is Osh's responsibility, I think. You should really be asking for
they all just kind of
Osh's
crowd
heritage.
around us. None of them have weapons, but they're all like picking up sturdy tree branches as best as they can and whatnot.
They're all gonna die.
Well, we can either cloud over there, or we can save the only high level spell slot I have and walk.
We should probably, like, I have a horse. You can't even cloud all these fucking people
Did
you
you
bring
just get all
with.
your
No.
spell slots back?
I have
Yeah, but that's like a
one.
really big spell slot.
No, we would cloud over there and then bell the rest of them to us.
Ah, shit could also just turn into like a bird.
Well, yeah,
And take the
get
bell.
myself over there.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess-
I'm the only one who has to walk.
If
The
you-
rest of y'all
yeah.
have transportation.
Yeah, okay, you and me, let's fly there. You can go
I
kind of
think it
fast,
would
right?
take too long. He'd
I
run out
can't,
of
I don't think I
boots.
can go as fast as you, but I can go kind of fast.
Oh, okay, well, give me the bell.
Would you run out of boots?
Can the bell even move us?
Yeah.
What?
Can the bell even move us, abduct us?
We have a lot of
Are we
magic.
too
Here, ask
heavy?
him.
Yes!
Can you bring 9 to me?
He's right there.
Yeah, but like
Can
bring
you?
him right here next to me.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
We're testing our
He picked
weight.
up one of you guys before.
Yes.
I think he
we're
specifically
more
picked up
heavier
9.
now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Just making
Oh,
sure.
I'll give it a try.
We have a
He
lot of
floats
magic.
over to 9 and like wraps his tentacles around your head and tries to lift you up.
Is this what it always looks like?
I'm just
Try
like,
to-
oh,
it'd be
goodness.
entertaining if it takes
This
me
is a
minute.
different kind of heavy. No, I don't know that I can do it.
It's that damn fuzzy bathrobe.
Is that what it always looks like when you abduct things, or is that different?
Oh no, but usually you're further away. This seems it would be much more convenient and less exerting to just move, but I can't.
Okay,
He
but
seems far more heavier this
I
way.
wonder how many people he's tried to pick up by the head where the head came off.
I don't know, that's a good question.
So 9 he immediately sinks into the ground. Actually, no. 9, it's trying to abduct you. Would you like to resist?
yes.
Okay, please make me a
Trying to
charisma saving
test
throw.
this.
I know. I'm testing him.
I like it. I like it.
He suddenly like balloons up really big in your vision, and their eyes just all around you.
Let's
Hello,
see.
cat.
I got an 11 plus 9 plus 4.
Okay, you resist. He just bounces off you. Oh, yes, far heavier than before. Yes, yes. No, not going to work, I don't think.
Fair enough. So that plan might be outdone, sounds like.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to.
I'm just gonna gather
I
up.
think the alternative is just taking multiple days to get there, which, I mean, we could just do,
If
but
y'all wanna go ahead and scout, I will lead the troops.
How long would it take us to go 50 miles? At the speed of our slowest person.
That's you.
I believe the
have
standard
a pony.
travel
Like
day.
9 hours?
I thought the standard travel day in 5e was like 24 miles or something like that. It's not
I think you're right.
incredibly long distance. So it would be like 2 days, but I don't know.
You
if
could
it-
also go double speed and
Right.
take a level of exhaustion, right?
something like that.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, there's options, but I think like setting a fast pace is like 30 miles, but then we run into troubles with like not being able to see anything ambushing us and stuff like that. There's
So
some
why,
weird.
why don't you all go ahead? I'll bring the army with me.
I mean, I could. I'm not terribly fast. It would be my walking pace to get there, still. But and I can only fly for a couple hours a day.
Oshit can still be a bird.
Yeah, I can
That's
go
true.
there and scout
What
really
if?
fast.
Well, I guess this would also be a high level spell slot. But if you just fly up and see a tree over there, that's also a very high level, right?
Yeah, it's the same
Okay.
difference. How far did we determine I could go as my fastest bird? It was a long.
It was very fast.
It was like 100 miles in
Yeah.
that we were going.
I don't
It was
not
just a couple of
remember.
hours.
Yeah, I think a lot of birds have like a 50, 60 fly speed, I think, something like that.
They are fast. I don't think I'm gonna be able to quickly look it up.
Maybe later.
"50 feet fly speed from the SRD for a tiny bird."
But I'm talking like a falcon.
Yeah, probably 50 feet.
I think 50 feet probably. So you could go 100 feet in 6 seconds. You could go 1,000 feet in a minute. No. Hold on. That doesn't work. Did I just apply base 10 seconds? Oh.
No,
No,
1,000 feet's correct.
Okay, 1,000 feet in a minute.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Now it comes to real
I
math.
think the
So 5 minutes per
travels-
mile ish.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's some stuff with not assuming you're sprinting the whole time, which would be very
Yeah.
exhausting, but you know, there's
Birds can sprint.
birds can sprint. There you go.
They're just built different.
Build, yeah,
Well,
exactly.
that make it
They-
sore.
The travel
So
pace.
5 minutes for 2 miles?
The
5
travel
minutes for a mile.
The travel pace says that for every 100 feet you can go a minute, you can go a mile an hour.
That was words. I didn't understand any of them.
So if you can go 300 feet a minute, you get 3 miles an hour.
But doesn't make any sense.
You can do a 5-minute mile. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
All right.
That seems like a long time for a falcon to take to traverse a mile. But
Yeah, probably.
Well, yeah, the game's rules are abstractions and things don't always. Like the travel rules were built for bird travel. Unfortunately.
Falcons can fly 186 miles an hour.
you see?
Yeah, a lot of the like combat
I'm-
movement is based on not like a straight line.
Yeah.
Sprinting as fast as you can, but like being agile.
During
Because-
ordinary flights, falcons can fly 50 miles an hour. I'm just gonna go with that.
Okay, because at the previous speed you said it would take me 41 hours.
Yeah, you're gonna go.
And that's one way.
You can go 50 miles an hour as a falcon. That's what we're gonna
Over
go.
there now.
Yeah, that's much more.
If you're diving, you can go 240 miles an hour, but only down.
So you have to go up first.
Yes.
That does sound fun, but
You may catch fire, but you'll look good doing it.
give me the bell first.
Asha just has a slow slope up over the tip, just not straight down.
The roller coaster technique. Do you give Ushit the bell?
Yes.
Nobody in their right mind would do that.
Who's ever claimed Pimrins in his
Well, I'm
right
just
mind?
glad
That's
9
true.
isn't the one holding the bell.
9 will never hold the
So do you turn into a bird?
I do.
You are a bird.
Alright, so I need to go to the city to scout.
Alright, you fly. There are curiously no birds that you meet in your bird.
No birds.
The winds are strangely dead, you notice, as a bird. You're able to go in a very straight line. You're there an hour later. Congratulations.
Okay, what's this house look like?
There is a towering city wall. There is a very ordinary looking city in the middle of it. You see 0 people. You see 0 animals. The feathers on the back of your neck prickle. You feel like somebody's watching you.
Is somebody watching me?
You see nobody.
Oh.
There is a tower in the middle of this city, which is similar-ish, I suppose, to the Maiden's Tower. Got a lot more spikes on it. It's big, like, giant stone replicas of all kinds of different spears and swords that are all just kind of jutting out. A lot of bird poop on them.
Probably.
But no birds.
My God.
Anyway, I'll take a fly around to see if I see anything else, and I'll head back.
There's lots and lots of bones on the streets.
Oh.
Probably from people. And a good number of animals. But that's all that you can see.
Well, that's not good.
There's no litter, so that's nice.
Well, I mean the bones.
Yeah, I guess the bones are litter. Never mind. Do you see litter?
I'll just return and relay that.
Okay.
Do the bones have clothes or were they naked?
The bones were naked, yes.
Naked bones.
That brings up all sorts of other questions.
You see no clothes anywhere, for whatever it's worth. 2 hours later, Ashit returns.
There was a massacre of naked people.
A what?
There was a... Okay.
Why is it like an orgy?
There was... Yes. It was like the whole city had an orgy together.
I see, okay.
Animals too.
Why is this bird chirping at us?
Chirp. Chirpity chirp.
I can translate, don't worry, I got you. So there's an orgy of bones.
Orgy, animals, people.
I like to think
Everybody.
another bird landed and Pimrin just started talking with it. And it was very confused as to who Ashit was.
The whole damn city. And then something wiped them out. Some kind of mass extinction event just happened.
They wiped out the bones.
No, they wiped out the naked people and the
Oh,
animals.
okay.
And they died right there. Just while they were going at it. Like, it was a big orgy.
Your
The whole
soldiers look
city.
horrified.
Whole city.
The whole city. Everybody. It was hot as hell.
What could have possibly led them to this?
I
Whispers
don't
one of the
believe any of
soldiers.
the sex thing that she's saying, but the soldier did eat his entire army for no reason. I wouldn't be surprised if he started with his city.
That makes perfect sense.
Then
There's
explain the
nothing to
nudity.
stop
But
us
why
from
did he
just
make
walking.
them participate in an orgy first?
Why wouldn't he?
He probably didn't. Their clothes probably just got burnt off when their flesh did. Their bones.
That's-
They would have died
Oh,
like
that's-
5
Could just be-
days ago.
That's a much more comforting thought.
It could
That's-
just be an annual tradition. This is orgy day, and it was just unlucky.
That's how he lured everybody into one place so that he could kill them all, is by hosting Orgy Tuesday.
They were not, in fact, in one place.
It went from an annual tradition to a weekly tradition.
It's Orgy Tuesday somewhere.
They wouldn't just be bones yet. They probably ripped all of their flesh meats and clothes off their bodies at the same time.
Ashit has a tattoo that says it's Orgy o'clock somewhere.
Was it a tattoo or was it just a naturally occurring rash on Ashit's arm?
Does it say clock?
Huh. So what do you do now?
Well, I guess there's no reason not to head in that direction. You're able to get there and come back, so
I assume we were already marching for that last 2 hours.
yeah, that makes sense.
Well, we
That would
went
make
out in
sense.
this specific section of the forest.
I do ask the gnomes to sit kind of close together on their horse.
The saddle's only sort of designed one way. Well, we can kind of sit how we're sitting.
Get nice and close.
We're sitting.
Walk in front of me.
All right.
I like how they bounce
All the
up
better
and
to
down.
protect you with.
Thank you.
Now she's
I
being a
think we need the
pervert.
HR department.
They clearly understand and they're clearly trying to act professional.
9. You want to be our HR department?
Keep a good grip on your lances, boys.
If
The herpetological royalists department.
Yeah, that one.
You continue for a large span of time. And at this point, it's becoming clear to everybody that the air is considerably staler than you'd expect for it being this, chilly out. And you seem to remember it being breezier than this when you were in this general area not terribly long ago. You see no animals of any kind, not even a fly. So the other bird that might have landed and pretended to be Oshit never existed. It was only a figment of the DM's imagination.
It was probably in Pyramid's imagination a flying fish.
Just
Likely,
just
yes.
a figment of the DM's imagination.
Yeah, true.
Technically.
You're sitting alone in a closet right now.
Yeah, none of you are real. I hate to break it to you.
I've always had that suspicion.
Yeah, I've always figured there's a chance of that.
You're breaking it to us, not the other way around.
I mean, it's only polite. I don't know what the exact protocols are socially.
The smell of blood fills your nostrils when you get within about 10 miles of the city walls. Very old, very stale blood.
I just got that excavated from my nostrils back at the hotel.
You
took a lot of
only
experience.
saw bones there, right? Not like a lot of blood.
Yeah, orgy bones.
Just bones. Fair enough. Perhaps there's a vampire that's taken residence in the town and just is stockpiling all that blood somewhere. That's why it still smells like blood so much.
That could be. I didn't see one.
We'll figure it out.
And when you get within 5 miles, you all feel as though somebody is watching you. What time would this be by now?
2 days.
This would be
Yeah.
2 days.
Yeah,
What-
by the time we get there.
So if you
What
just wanna make
time
it an
of
even-
day would you like it to be as you approach the city itself?
I mean, it'd be afternoon again.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Then it is afternoon. The city's huge gates are not exactly thrown open. Looks like they were in the process of being opened. They're open just a wee bit. They open kind of outward. You can. It's far more than enough space for you all to get through, but
Is there a collection of bones of people trying to escape as the doors open?
there are not.
So
You just kind of see ground.
We can't use Oshit as our gauge, but if we see him start want to do orgy things with the horse, we know we need to get out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oshit's always ready to do orgy things.
The feeling of somebody watching you grows stronger and stronger. As you pass through the gates, the feeling disappears completely.
I'm just gonna drop a vigilant blessing on 9 just in case.
Yes. What does Vigilant Blessing do?
Advantage on the next initiative roll,
Alright, that's pretty cool.
which only ends if I cast it on somebody else or move it again. So
And as you all step into the city proper, you're struck by just how ordinary this city looks compared to the extreme sort of aspects of the Maiden's city. This could have just been any place that you all have visited. Aside from maybe not being on a port, most of the cities that you guys have visited have been pretty close to the water. This has just been in the middle of the woods.
So now there's nobody to tell us we don't own everything.
That does seem to be
track,
the
yeah.
case.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So now we gotta run the city.
We gotta clean up the bones, but yeah.
You do pretty quickly see the bones, and can everybody give me perception, please? There are quite a lot of bones. Pimrin can have advantage.
21.
14.
58.
22.
Alright. Of all of you, Pimrin in particular is most familiar with the way that bones fall after a body has rotted away. It's a thing that he's become very familiar with in his life in the
Seen
wilderness.
A lot of bone orgies.
Yeah, yes. I wonder how many of them had to do with fish.
Too
That's
many.
the salmon really like to go at it. Usually they're in the water at the time though. You realize that all of these skeletons, though the bones have been, it seems that many of them have been moved to some degree since the rest of the body seems to have vanished, maybe by wind, though there doesn't seem to be any wind now. doesn't seem like any of them are broken, so doesn't seem as though wild animals might have gotten to them. But it because there has been some movement of the bones, it takes you a bit to realize this, but it seems that they were all in some sort of kneeling or prostrate position, all facing toward the center of the city when these bones were placed in their positions.
So I think the orgy was actually a ritualistic orgy of some kind.
Ah.
Is what it appears.
Well, I think that was our initial theory.
They weren't having an
Kinda is.
orgy.
Yeah, they should bury.
They do seem to be very far away from each other for it to be an orgy. But then that's just a theory.
I'm not letting go of that.
An orgy theory.
Well, there's a whole new channel. Call Matt. Get him on it.
Yeah, all the bodies are kind of facing the same direction, but not like the same direction. They're kind of like this one over here is facing this way, and this one over here is facing that way. They're all kind of pointing to the same place.
I'm gonna use divine sense.
Alright, and what specifically does Divine Sense do?
Lets me know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
There is lots of undead around you. There's just undead kind of everywhere where the bones are. They're just, wow, that's a lot of undead. Holy crap. Just undead for days.
Yeah, ain't good.
And like lots of them underground, seems like directly under your feet. Just kind of in like a layer, like chunky peanut butter.
What?
There's just like a circular ring
And
of
bones be undead.
undead directly under the
And there's
like
more underground.
city streets.
They're not doing anything, he's just detecting undead everywhere.
You know, pick up a femur and just kind of waggle it.
It's pretty undead.
Man, that must suck.
Do you see dead people, man?
Frequently.
Currently.
Yeah, fair.
Can you imagine being undead, but you just can't do anything because your skeleton didn't hold together?
You have no mouth, but you must read.
Scientifically accurate undead skeletons.
You have a jaw, but no ligaments to actuate it.
So if we take all the bones and we put them all in one great big heap, can we make like a bone monster, like
Yes.
the meat monster?
That's what I was thinking. The the bone monster. It could be. Maybe there already was a meat monster here, and it got up and walked away. Because all
Oh,
the
that's
meat's what's
possible.
missing.
Can we experiment with making a small bone pile?
Let's not, in case that's what they were trying to do.
Can't you talk to like dead things or something?
No, I can make mushroom zombies.
Oh, okay.
But they have to die,
maybe
like,
you
in
could talk
front
to
of me.
like dead things.
It's entirely possible they were trying to make a bone mech, so let's just not do that until we're sure
What
whatever
happens
would.
if you sprinkle
What's
sawdust
a mech?
on
Asks one of the
like an
soldiers.
undead bone.
I've been in other dimensions a lot, don't worry about it.
Okay.
What if we take a pile of like kind of inert bones that can't really hurt you? Just like
What if we take all the funny bones? Put those all together in a pile.
Let's just make sure no shit's watching us anymore. And then you can dick
That's
with the
that one we
bones.
got inside, didn't it?
Yeah, you don't feel watched at all at the moment.
yeah, I feel pretty good.
Uh-oh, this can't be good.
How are the soldiers we brought along doing?
They seem to be feeling much better now that they're not feeling like somebody's watching them.
Good.
They seem much braver now than they did like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so where do you figure this hole is?
Probably in the
Well-
dude's house.
All these bodies are pointing to the same direction here, the same place, so we can probably just kind of triangulate our way there. Maybe that's where we're heading. I don't know. It's a theory. Or we could look for a big important house or castle. Or
They
whatever.
may be the exact same building.
They might be the same building, which would be a very good sign for the holy in there. I think.
I make a small pile of shoulder blades.
God damn
You
it.
have a small pile of shoulder blades.
Does it do anything?
No.
Can I sprinkle some?
I'm gonna kick her fucking bone pile like a bully at the beach kicking over a
Would
sandcastle.
you just look for your hole? Leave
The
me
pile
alone.
falls sadly over, the sawdust does nothing.
We gotta do
Stop
it with
fucking with the undead bones.
There's got to be some use for them.
You gotta do it with the heavy ring hand, so the bones fly even more dramatically.
Okay, I make
Yes.
a pile of bones.
I
as
hit her
big as
with
I
the heavy
can.
ring hand.
Look for your hole. As big as I can without him noticing. I put the exploding mason.
There
down.
is no without me noticing. I'm literally staring at you angrily.
Okay, the bones go flying in every direction as There's like panels on the mace head that all go pink and kind of just spring out and then
That's
go
cool.
Okay.
as they
Did you
come
see
back
that?
together.
I'm backhanding
Did you
Osha.
see that?
Make me an attack.
15.
Does that hit Asha?
Hang on. No.
How does Osha have
One of the
15
bones
armor?
gets in the way and you just backhand it
Also
into the
has more hit
sunset.
points than all the rest of
Because
us.
I build my characters for defense because I get hit a lot.
Yeah, but you're what, a druid?
16.
Yeah, that's pretty standard medium armor. Hide or something.
Just because your armor sucks, because you never, got your new armor.
Hide in the shield.
I have 21 armor.
I have like 14.
I didn't know she had medium armor. They can't have metal armor.
You can wear hide in the shield.
I have like studded leather or something.
How much dexterity do you
She
have?
always jacks her decks.
Always.
Same thing with her constitution.
That's how you don't die to
14.
meteors.
16 constitution.
What are you doing,
Constitution doesn't help you with your armor.
But it still helps.
Studded
Helps
leather.
me
Gives you-
stay alive.
Do you have a shield? Is that what?
Yes.
There you go.
Nice.
Studded leather shield. Okay, so I'll do it.
I should know.
So what do you all do?
All my characters have
Start
shields.
following where the bodies are pointing.
All right,
I mean, isn't there a tower?
there is a tower.
Great big
Do they
concrete
seem
tower.
to be pointing towards the tower?
They do seem to be pointing towards the
Okay, so
tower.
the tower.
You go to the tower. Your footfalls echo throughout this empty city, very dully. You see the bones. You don't really see much in the way of change. Several of the buildings seem kind of a little bit dilapidated, but you're not sure if they're recently in this condition or if they were just like that before all of this happened.
We're not very good
It doesn't seem to be a
There's
terribly rich
nobody to
city.
tell us we can't have the alcohol. We're
Do
in
you
a
want the
city
alcohol?
full of taverns.
That's true, but let's check that on the way out. Let's go. We have that
You have an
We have infinite
infinite
ale.
cup of ale.
Well, I
or
know.
infinite whatever we pour into it. But
Yeah.
You're so greedy, you don't even know what to do when you have everything you've ever wanted, but keep
just
going
keep
after
staking.
more of it.
Such is the life of an adventurer. You come to the tower, which from up close looks, frankly, fairly similar to the Maiden's Tower, aside from all the spears and swords of tremendous size sticking up out of it. There is an actual front gate to this one that isn't like a parade procession sort of entry. It seems to be a like smaller set of the same doors that led into the city. These are tightly shut, big ol' hardwood doors with very shiny, brassy metal hardware on them.
No,
There.
let's break those doors.
Now, does this tower have windows in it? Or is it
This
like
one
the
has
other-
no windows in
This
it.
one has no windows either. Okay.
Let's break
Break open the door. Well, I suppose I can try it. One of them gets off. He puts his lance. He just like leans the lance up against the pony. He walks up to it.
I can't believe you let him get away with it.
I thought the exact same thing after I said it.
the gnomes all get off.
He said this one gets off. It's like, okay, here it comes. Nope.
He shoves
I
the
apologize.
gate. It doesn't move. He tries to get his fingers in the crack between the door. He can't. Says, no, I don't think I can get this one open. Probably magic too.
Come back when he's broken a sweat.
He kicks it. No.
This is a gate you said, like on a wall?
Yes, it's big old double metal and wood
I
doors.
fly over the gate.
Oh, sorry. It's
gonna walk
in the
like
side of the tower.
Oh, it's
There,
not
you
like
can't
that.
get
It's not like a
over it.
courtyard, okay.
Alright, yeah, I thought it was a courtyard too. It's like, okay, we'll just go over
But
it.
it's a gate, not a door? Just double checking. Just a correction.
I need to work on my etymology.
It's a door.
It's a door.
It's a door, okay. Because I was going to see if...
What is the definition of gate? Let me look that up.
Well, when you said gate, I thought
Yeah.
doors, and I was going to try and misty step.
Gates typically don't go full height.
Yeah.
Often have gaps in them.
A
Yeah.
gate is
A
built
path
in the
or way,
fence,
a particular way of acting or doing, a structure that can be swung, drawn, or lowered to block an entrance or a passageway.
So it is
An
a
opening in a wall or fence for entrance or exit. For some reason, I was just synonymizing that with door. It is a giant double door.
Okay, fair enough. Just making sure there wasn't a gate.
Yeah, you can't just fly over. That would be hilarious if there's this giant looming tower and then like a waist high gate.
Yes.
You just kind of step over to get in.
I'll try opening it. I'm probably stronger than a gnome.
Guidance.
What do you do?
I'm gonna push it real good.
It doesn't budge.
Oof.
This thing's magic. It didn't even rattle.
It literally didn't even rattle. It didn't move the barest fraction of a millimeter.
Does it have a lock?
It does not have a lock.
Well, if 9 says it's probably magic, I trust that. Dispel magic.
Is there a...
No, not
So if
anything
it's
about
third level or
magic.
lower, it instantly ends. If it's higher, I've got to roll for it.
It is a higher.
Alright, so the
Would the-
DC is the 10 plus the level of the
Okay.
spell, and this is versus my wisdom roll, which is a 21.
That's
You hear
higher
a
than
sharp
everything.
crack, and the two halves of the door kind of like sag a little bit,
There we go.
and then
That is-
creak open toward you.
That's
Nice.
how I ended that other campaign.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Gotta take it. All right.
Now
That's
I
what
feel
all the,
on it.
that's what all the mentor wizards in fantasy stories are always casting when they heroically sacrifice themselves to end the evil ritual. They just, lost concentration.
Well, a sword did eat my kidney.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shove open the door.
Well, you shove the door back into place because the door swings toward you.
Well, then I shove the other way.
You put your hands in and shove toward you.
A pull is just a reverse shove.
It's still
true.
extremely heavy. Can you give me a athletics roll, please?
It's okay. I'm
Guidance.
balanced.
70 million. I'm just getting out the die.
Yeah, for the guidance.
Well, yeah, but if you rolled well, you wouldn't need the die.
16.
All right, you plant your feet and you dig your non-gold claws into the door and you strain with all of your might and it comes creaking open.
All right.
Unlike the gnome, you broke a sweat. Can lizards and other reptilians sweat?
No.
I
No.
don't think so. 9 did.
Then how is 9 sweating?
I'm not.
I
It's-
did put a lot of
it's
parasites in
concentrated-
his scales.
Concentrated hate.
There are
just-
no
Well, that
parasites
makes
in my
sense.
There are
scales.
so
There's a
many
lot of
parasites in his
parasites.
scales.
I'm immune, but also they
They're
would have
still
been
there.
It's
How
condensated
do you
hate.
parasite?
by
They
being a
live on-
paladin.
They simply live on your scales.
They're in there.
Are your skills like a bug zapper for parasites? Because you're a paladin? 'Cause that would be amazing.
Essentially, yeah.
That's very cool. So you guys can get it. So as he throws the door open,
Throw a line.
there is pitch darkness inside, and the smell of blood grows a good 7.5 times stronger.
I knew there was stockpiling of blood somewhere.
There's a rush of air pressure, which really puts into perspective the lack of breeze. And over the next few moments, the feeling of somebody watching you slowly rises back to about the same level it was before you entered the city.
I figure out which way that's coming from. I'm flipping it off.
You flip off the
It's
darkness.
probably a good sign, right? We're probably going the right direction if something is.
Well, yeah, things are getting
Yeah, but what-
gradually creepier.
What
And
if
you
there's a
hear
hole in there we
you
can't
hear
see?
the sound of dripping water coming from
We
inside.
don't want to fall in the hole.
That is true.
The hole's dripping.
Is it dark inside? I assume?
It is dark inside.
Dark vision. Dark vision.
Do my
Yeah,
nose have
he's the
dark
only
vision?
one without the dark.
Dark vision. 300 feet.
You can see inside. The gnomes. Do gnomes have dark vision?
Sometimes.
Temporarily
We
give
don't let
somebody.
gnomes into D&D.
These gnomes have.
Nobody wants to
Oh,
play.
It's
I
like
can actually give everyone in the party 300 feet of dark vision
Oh,
for
nice.
an hour. So
Oh,
I'll just do
shit.
that.
Well, there we go.
You can see 300 feet in, and you see a palacey sort of looking interior. It's fairly plain. There's not lots of fancy decoration, but the pillars that hold up the ceiling, they're good quality. They've got some carvings on them. There's not super fancy, elegant carvings. The floor is of polished marble, but it's not overly ostentatious. There's very few decorations on the walls, but there are tapestries depicting really jacked dudes holding big swords.
Awesome.
So, do you think if we took one of these keys and like stuck it at the base of one of these pillars that support and everything, and sent the pillars to the dreaming?
I don't think that actually works.
Well, I don't
Every time
know.
we
That's
try
what
to
I'm
set-
asking. Do you think?
Yeah, you,
Could we bring the whole tower down by removing one
you all know
pillar?
more about the door and the keys than I do, but maybe.
Today we learned that Salir has more of a knowledge of physics and architecture than the rest of the party.
It's holding up the ceiling.
I don't
Maybe
think
it's
that.
hanging from the ceiling.
Ooh.
I understand that that's how that works. I don't think the portal actually removes the space.
I don't know.
I think it's magic, so it doesn't give a
Will the
shit.
door just be curved up from the floor up onto the pillar in like a weird shape?
Like a really poorly stretched decal.
Well, it's hanging from the ceiling.
And he's lost his knowledge of how it works.
There are like.
But they may have built it that way. They may have built it from the ceiling down.
It could be. I don't know how buildings are made.
We're gonna keep going.
There's two big staircases on either side of this vast tower, and there's also like 6 passageways that lead deeper into the first floor. There's a big ol' like sort of welcome center desk sort of thing that, you know, maybe visitors would come and visit if they were visiting, but there's nobody here now.
Are there papers there?
There seems to be a paper.
Is there like a big
There's a
sign that's
bookcase behind it.
with a layout that says you are here?
There is not.
Oh,
That would be too convenient.
it would be.
I was gonna rummage for map pamphlets, like what you get when you go to like an amusement
Yeah.
park.
Well,
Gonna
what's
stamp
his
your
face
hand.
knew where the hole was, so why don't you ask him?
Oh, true. We should probably check if it even works in here, like we didn't with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we're.
Oh, this isn't good. I'm going. Sorry, bye.
No, you can't do that.
He immediately leaves.
You are contractually obligated.
Yes, go.
Just
You're
point to the hole.
contractually obligated.
Oh, no, I'm going.
Just
Goodbye.
point to the hole.
He leaves again.
All right, fuck him. Let's
Threaten
just
to
go
take
up.
the mansion from him if he doesn't help us.
I don't think I can get that many words out before you leave.
You can try.
Hurry, bring us the nearest bone.
Ah!
Right now, the nearest
The
bone.
bone clatters to the ground and he
Thank you,
leaves.
Perfect. Okay. Well, he can still work in here. That's good.
Okay.
The bone is very hot.
Oh.
Very, very hot.
Are the other bones around very hot? Are there bones?
There are no other bones in here. Just this one
Okay,
femur.
But there's no hole.
You do not see
The
a
hole is
hole.
not here.
Not, I mean,
I cast detect
were
hole.
we looking for a physical hole?
Do you have
or
detect hole?
a
It comes in handy
metaphysical
Marvel.
No,
hole?
they told us we need to plug a hole. You tell us, what the hole looks like.
We should probably look and see if there's anything still alive here. Maybe try to find where that blood smells come from. I mean, one of you's got to live here, right? That's the point. So, like, whoever of you is living here, we should probably get it cleaned up so you can start living here.
Maybe it's not an actual hole.
Can you
but
make me a
more of
dexterity-
That's what we got-
metaphorical
Yeah, we'll
hole.
just
Check.
put the soldiers
Him.
onto that.
Yeah. Dexterity check. Decent. 16.
You almost lose hold of the bone as it almost seems to jump of its own accord away, or you just suddenly like lose your fingers spasm maybe for a moment, and you almost drop it, but you catch it again.
Oh. I will gingerly set it on the ground.
It sits on the ground.
Homeward bone.
It do be wanting to go home though.
Well, let's either find the deepest part of this place or the tallest part of this place.
It makes sense. And like I said, we should find where the smell of this blood's coming from and just get that all cleaned up, you know?
I
You do
mean,
hear dripping coming from deeper in the floor.
Oh, we should go that way.
No, we should check up first.
up sounds like it's further away.
Oh shit! Looks at the ceiling. There's no blood
Up
dripping
is
from the
further
ceiling.
than down.
Yes.
We can do
Yeah, up is a whole ass tower.
You always go the opposite direction first.
No, I'm going towards the blood.
There might be a secret up there. We're going up.
All right,
Would you
bye.
carried away. This is one of your houses.
I'm going to the drip.
All right. Would you
The sooner we clean that up.
like to
the better.
choose one of the 6 doorways that may all just literally lead to the exact same place, but are placed there to like break up the look of the wall?
Someone whose ears aren't under a plate mail helmet. See which direction that shit's
Or
probably
you
coming
mean somebody with ears?
Yeah.
from. I have ear holes. I don't know what all that flab on the outside of your fucking head is
That's
for.
the ear.
Horse flicks his ears.
That's
See,
the
horse has
directional hearing
ears.
part.
Yeah, have horse explain it to you. There we go.
Yeah, horse will
Let's
explain.
just ask horse.
Horse isn't normally a horse.
Nay, says horse.
Horse is probably like, yeah, what's with this floppy bullshit? I miss being an intangible spirit.
You can't tie up an intangible spirit.
It's
I
probably
think-
the best part.
I think on the balance, horse is fine with it.
Do you think that the intangible spirits have to have some knowledge of horse biology to become a horse, or do you think they're just freaked out and have
What's
no idea?
inside of the horse
So,
form?
so is there a door nearest to the
It's
drip?
just like a guy.
Is it
just
normal
like in a
horse stuff
Yeah.
and they're just
We
like
should
the
figure that
void?
out.
What's
It's
that?
a normal horse.
Is there
How
a
do you know
door
what
that's
normal
nearer
horse
to the
stuff look
dripping
like?
noise than the other one?
It didn't. It
Not
didn't
as
have
best
a
as you can
choice.
tell.
I picked the one on the far left.
All right, you pick the one on the far left. It is indeed a door on the far left.
And I go to
That
kick
is
in
now
the
door
door.
number one.
The door crashes open. It's not a very sturdy door. There is
I point my fishing pole. I'm ready.
Catch your tiny glock.
You see a hall. Oh, I'm sorry, cat. You see a hallway further
Poor
along.
kitty.
The door leads into a hallway,
How dare
And-
you stand wrong?
and there are more doors that lead to the right and further on. There are no doors on the left. The dripping does not seem to be coming from this hallway.
I try the next door.
The next door
Explodes.
in your. I need to make a map.
I'm kicking the next door.
I'm going to call for tonight because I need to make a map before you guys go any further.
That's fair enough.
I was aware you were going to be in a dungeon, but then I forgot you had to be in a dungeon. That involved me in some capacity.
I told you we should go up.
I think he had up map.
Did you have up map?
More than this.